Okay, Barb, I wanted to just give you something to remember everything that we went over. So I just thought I'd do a really quick little video for you. So what we talked about yesterday was all about Windows, and that this was the Start button. This is your Start menu. Things get added here all kind of by themselves unless you put them over the, well, I have my bar all the way down here. These are all things that I pinned to my Start menu, and you can do it in several different ways. You can just move things above the line. Well, so like I said, all my stuff's above the line. But you can add and take things away, right? By right-clicking, you can remove it from your list. And then, so here, then the line moves up. You can always just either move things above the line, or you can go to all programs and find what you want. And let's say you wanted the Windows Media Center up there. Just find what you want on the all programs, right-click, and say pin to Start menu. And then if you go away and you go back, see Windows Media Center is now pinned to the Start menu. I don't really want it there, so okay, so that's easy. Also, the taskbar, you can pin things here the same way. You can drag them from the Start menu. If you right drag, actually you need to right drag them, and then you can drop them right there. Right, yeah, the right mouse button is how you would drag those down there. Okay, so those were two things we went over. We also went over the fact that any arrow, if you lay on this arrow, you're going to see your recent items from whatever that software is. So Word, those are my recent Word documents, right? You can see things that way. Okay, so now if we go back to this again. Along this side, these are all also shortcuts. We didn't actually cover all of these, but we did talk about the main. Yours would say Barb, mine says Beth. If you click there, this shows you all your personal folders and things. I have a lot more stuff than you do in mine, but the most important things are this way you can see your desktop and in Windows Explorer, and Windows Explorer is the software that gives you the files and folders. So your important ones are your desktop and your documents, the My Documents. So if you open, oh, actually, I can't. On yours, you would be able to see them. I can't. Oh, I think this one's mine. Yeah, there it is. My Documents would have all the things that are in your My Documents folder. And remember, if you're looking in, you can open this up and you can look at these in all these different views. These are your, well, actually, let me make it a little smaller. These are the different views you can see. You can see them either as icons or medium icons or small icons. But my favorite view actually is the Details view, because in the Details view, you can sort by the column headers. So if you want to sort by date modified, you click on date modified. You're always going to see documents in the root folder together and then folders in the root folder together in order here. So they're never going to split up, but you can still see them date modified back and forth. You can see the type if you wanted to see them all together and see just all, look at all your, I have a bunch of Adobe files together, or picture files, right, Excel, PowerPoint. These put all my files in order that way, if I look at it that way, or just by name. So that's Windows Explorer, that piece of it. So anyway, to go back under here, this is your breadcrumb, and you can go back to that same folder you were in. So documents are important and desktop is important, and I set your favorites up so that you've got desktop and documents. I have my favorites are a little different, so that you can always save things that way when you're doing the save as commands. Okay, what else? Also on the Start menu, we talked about the little search that you could search for any word in any file. It doesn't just go into the it's not just the title of the document, although it's mostly, and it doesn't show absolutely everyone. If you know that the word buffalo is in the document you want to see, and you do this and you don't see it here, you can click on see more results, and it's going to go through really everything and take forever. So I didn't show you that before, but that's kind of another option there. All right, what else did I show you? The snipping tool. I keep mine pinned to my taskbar, but you can just either find it on your thing or start to type snip, and then it'll come up. And when you click on the snipping tool, it gives you this milky screen. Now you have some options on the snipping tool if you are interested. We didn't go over that either. If you click on options, Well, I'm trying to think. Probably you're not going to need those. There's nothing really there good for you, ink color. But this is what I want to show you under new. It's probably defaults to rectangular, but you could do a freeform one if you wanted to. So if I did a freeform snip, let's say I wanted this guy, I can go like this with my mouse. And I could just like cover this guy's head. And let's go like this, well, whatever. And when I let go, you see that it's a freeform snip. So that's kind of fun. And then if I wanted to save them as a picture, I'd click Save here, and then you'd get that Save As dialog box, remember? And you have to click here before you save it. Or I could click here and do copy and then paste it into another document. I could also click on pen and you can write around it, and this would also then be part of the picture that you saved. If for some reason you had to show somebody directions on a map and you wanted to make an arrow and point to it or something, you could do that. So that's all part of this snipping tool. So that's all fun too. I'm going to say no, I'm not saving it. So that was the snipping tool. We also talked about the download folder. Once again, that you may have lost things. They may have ended up in the download folder, which you go to your name and then downloads. And this is all the stuff that you've either opened in an email or downloaded from the internet. And the other thing that you can do in the downloads, we talked about this, that when you download, let's see if there's something from somebody. Okay, so let's say here's this from Janie, a gorgeous picture from Janie. So if I download this picture, it shows up down here. And what you can do is click on the arrow to the side, say Show in Folder, and it's going to open up that Downloads folder. The other thing we didn't talk about, if you grab the top of this and you shake it, everything else kind of drops away, and then you can just drag that to your desktop if you want to. And then everything else you can just click to get it back. So that's that. Details view I showed you. Creating a new folder. Let's talk about that. We did that at one point. We went to, if we go to documents, remember this is the library, and for some, see mine does say new folder there. I don't know why yours doesn't, but if it doesn't say new folder there, go back and click on the My Documents again. Maybe that or Documents. Yours was a little bit different. For some reason, it should say new folder at the top. If it doesn't say new folder, you can always go to like an empty place, not where these folders are, but down here where the documents are. You can always right-click anywhere in the space and say new folder that way. That's another way to make a new folder. So I hope that's most of what we covered. If there's something we're missing, let me know and I'll add it. And hope it was helpful, and we'll do it again in 2 weeks.